sometimes I know. Well, there was a time where I used to be jealous of little boys. One time I can specifically remember. I was walking around my neighborhood. I'm actually in my car right now. I was walking around my neighborhood. I saw a group of, boys riding their bikes, racing their scooters and everything, just having a good old time, playing made up games. Same things I used to do, but it made me, at first I was really jealous because I was just looking at them and it's like, I knew in an instant, okay, that's something that I'll never be able to say that I had. It's not just say, that's something that I'll never get back, something I'll never have. And then I remember just feeling really sad. First, I was really jealous, like I was angry. And then I was just really sad. Like a wave of sadness came over me because, there's nothing I can do about it. All I know is that, I mean, sometimes still, I know, and it's not like I bring it on. I don't mean for it to happen, but I know sometimes still, it's random. If I see like a little boy, and it's only boys, and it makes sense, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's the life I never got to have. With little boys, sometimes I get sad because I'm just looking at him and looking at his clothes that he gets to wear so fucking freely. His toys he's playing with, he gets to play wild and rough. And when I played wild and rough, my mom told me to calm down. That's not how little girls behave. It's not how little girls play. I'm a little girl. I should act like one. Don't be so rough with the other girls. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying playing rough makes you a boy, but I'm just saying I'll never be able to have that. I'll never be able to take it back. And it's just that, knowing that, it's a crusher. It's crushing, but the only thing I can do is just try to take back as much as I can right now. You know, try to help myself as much as I can right now. Give myself what I want and what I like and, daily pleasures or whatever right now. That's all I can do. That's the only thing I can control and manipulate. And it makes sense, what you do in the moment can reflect the future and everything like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to have a hopeful future. And by doing that, that means basically letting go of those feelings of being envious of things I'll never have, things I can't do anything about. You know what I'm saying? But also, I want to say, yeah, it also makes me sad to see sometimes little girls and just how I kind of like how forcefully they're dressed up. And and of course, boys are forcefully dressed up too, you know what I'm saying? Because I know up to a certain age, my mom picked out my clothes for me and everything like that. And we went shopping, she picked out certain things, or she let me pick out things sometimes, but it would only be from, quote, a certain section, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be from the girls section, whatever. The pink side, and all that other shit. And hair bows, and glitter, and sparkles, and all that crap, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it just makes me sad because again I'm like, well, it reminds me of a time of being that little girl, being that girl, you know, basically about everyone else's definition. And I'm saying like when I was like 13, 14, 15, people just again it's this pressure to be a girl, and the clothes emulate that, you know. Anyway, sometimes it does make me sad to see little girls, but mainly little boys, because I'm just like, little girls, because I'm like, I feel sorry for you, it's like, damn, what do you want? No one's listening to you right now. No one's listening to what you want or what you may want, and no one's ever going to listen because you always have to live by their definition, you see? I know that's probably, yeah, it is. It is only me. That's my experience. That's where I come from. I know that. And sometimes I know it's hard to understand when I see like, I mean, it's good for people to be happy, but when I see like little girls like twirling around, their dresses so happy, sometimes I get mad. I'm just like, damn. I mean, like, can you not? Because I mean, it's people like you, and there's a majority of people like you. I'm saying there are a majority of people just like that little girl who, and I'm talking specifically about that little girl. That little girl who grows up twirling in the dresses, it's like, it scares me because it's like, okay, well, since you like it, you feel this how it's supposed to be and everything. And then you'll tell your children, your little girls, this is how it's supposed to be. And then basically, when there are a majority of you fuckers running around who are saying this is how it's supposed to be, and when I'm the minimal amount who's against what you want, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're always going to be like my oppressor then. I don't know, sometimes I know I still get jealous when I see people who emulate, like, the base stereotype. I'm like, I wouldn't have to live the way I do if it wasn't for you, you know? I don't have to live like this or be ashamed or even think anything about nothing about my, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for these fuckers who are the majority of people. Because it's them. Think about it, really. Common sense. I'm not putting all this self-hate on myself. I got it from somewhere. I got it from all these other fuckers who told me this is right and this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, sometimes I know I get mad when I see, not so much jealous, but I really get mad, like, when I see a little girl and she seems happy, or in the pink that she's in, or in the hair bows, or whatever, with nail polish, or whatever. Well, when I say little girl, I mean like a 3-year-old. I'm thinking like a 3-year-old or 5-year-old twirling like in a dress or skirt or whatever, playing with the purse or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But let's say like 11, yeah, 11-year-old with like nail polish on, or 13, 14, yeah, that made me mad too, because it's still like, well, you're still basically, this is going to sound so harsh, but I'm going to leave it like this, you're still what I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's double standard, because it's like, I know that if people think that about me, well, you're not how I am, so I don't like you so much, or I like you a little bit less. I know people feel that way about me, even if they don't want to own up to it like 100%. I know they do, and that's why they're still off-putting, I guess. That's why I'm still off-putting to them. That's why they don't fully recognize me or accept me or whatever, but it's like, ironically, I have those same feelings towards them sometimes. It's like, damn it, if you weren't here to fuck shit up, I would be able to be me. I would have happiness if it wasn't for your ass standing and blocking me. You know what I'm saying? You're in my way right now. It's people like you who grow up and they produce more people just like you who fuck people like me over. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do. I get pissed. And maybe it's like, wah. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that this leads up to people like this, or, someone like this leads up to kids like this? I get it. People are their own people. You never know. I mean, hell, I know sometimes you see someone, you think you have them figured out just by how they look, and then it turns out there's something different. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Looks are deceiving, and I know people are capable of anything and everything, and there's anything and everything in this world, so, you know what I'm saying, who's to say it's necessarily just one way or this way or whatever, but I'm just saying, majority of the time, even, and I know this firsthand because I still have those rigid systems, even in my head, about boys do this, boys look like this, guys look like this, males do this. When it comes to sex, this is what guys do. This is what girls do. This is how a guy sounds. Either like, this is how a girl sounds, or, in the bedroom. This is what a girl does in the bedroom. This is what a woman wears. This is what a woman does around the house. You know what I'm saying? I have those rigid systems in my head. You know what I'm saying? What colors mean, and boy and girl colors, and boy and girl sports, and activities, and social groups. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all fucked. And I wouldn't have that if it weren't for all these other fucking people who were different from me. But ironically, I'm supposed to just bypass it, right? And I'm supposed to be okay with it. But anyway, this is me just like admitting that side of me that's not okay. Because like I said, I have many different sides, many different like views of things. And this is me sharing the other view that's not so happy and cheery. We can all get along. No, because obviously the only reason why I feel as much shit as I do, shameful and even weird in the first place, is because these people who are purposely putting me down and whatever, ridiculing me and putting me off in the corner, are making it perfectly clear. Actually, no, we can't get along. We do not want to get along with you. We don't want any part of you. You know what I'm saying? It's so evident. But yeah, I have to try and be this fucking nice guy and say, oh, it's okay, we can all get along. Well, I accept you as you are, so accept me as I am. But see, no, they don't have to do that. And see, I realize, why the hell am I asking for someone else's acceptance of me? Hell, sometimes I wish that, oh, hang on, about that. I know I've thought plenty of times, like in the past, and even recently, like when I thought I was gay, you know what I'm saying? And even now, being trans is like, damn, I wish we could have our own fucking island. You know what I'm saying? Our own fucking oasis. All us queers. Everyone who's queer. You know what I'm saying? And let's say you're 9 growing up, like you're 9 and whoever, and you're realizing, okay, you're non-binary. You're not like the people around you, whether you're non-binary or whatever, queer in some way. You're not like these other people around you who are so set in their strict binary norms. Well, you can just come on over, immigrate over to Queer Island. Literally. And I know someone outside is laughing. Queer Island? No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Sometimes I wish we had our own fucking island. But then again, I know that would be hard because I feel like that would pull families apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should families be pulled apart and separated? You know, by land masses, because if you're on a whole separate oasis, a whole separate planet or island, whatever, it's going to tear families apart. And like, you're never going to see your family. You're going to lose certain connections, bonds. So it's like, in a way, we're kind of forced to be stuck together. We're forced to be stuck with our oppressors. And again, I know not everyone who, growing up and they're queer can say, well, my family didn't accept me, my family was hard on me about it. I know not everyone can say that. Well, good for you. Good for you. If you can say that. And to be honest, another part of me right now is saying fuck you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and those happy experiences that you had. But of course, on a lighter note, I say, yeah, well, that's great for you. Congratulations. And I am. Like, there's a part of me that's happy, and I feel sincere towards anyone who has happy memories. Because, again, that's something I never got to have. But on another note, more sour note, because it's something, just knowing and remembering the things that I've gone through, yeah, to have someone exactly like me or just queer in whatever way say, oh, I'm happy, everything's great with me, and then being less depressed than me, yeah. Like, another part of me, another side of me says, well, fuck you then. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? This has just been a collage of blah, 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 but, whatever. If you've made it this far, congratulations. This is, like, my view on, I'm just basically exposing, like, my jealousy of kids, basically. And like I said, I've made it clear, it's not just little boys, but, kids in general. And I guess other little truths that I put out there. But really, I'm going to end it like this. I wish we could have our own island sometimes, us queers. I'm not saying queer does not just mean gay, okay? I say queer is like a blanket term. It's better than saying LGBTQIA plus, WZFKWA. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just LGBTQIA plus, it's a lot. It's a mouthful. And I think it's actually necessary. Just say queer, you know what I'm saying? Like, queer is a blanket term. And besides, own up to that shit. To everyone else, we are the weird ones anyway. Queer is just another way of saying weird, different, unique, even if you will. You know what I'm saying? And to some, unnormal. But yeah, fine. I'm different. I am not the same as you. Ironically, we're all different from each other anyway, so you could say there is no normal. But again, because we live in the world we do, you know what I'm saying? They have their normal, and we're unnormal. In other words, we're the weird ones. We're unique. We're freaks. We're queer. Like, own up to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say queer is a blanket term. Because I'm just, come on now. They don't respect, most general people, they really don't. They can look in your face and smile and say they vote for our rights and they care about our freedom and all that shit. But again, we're having to grovel and beg these other people who are so happy just living their own binary hetero lives, cisgender lives too. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to stop and give a fuck about us. Now some, the very, very few I will mention, actually do it and push and try hard and actually stand with us in unison with fighting our hard shit, our hardships. Yes, some of them do, but I'm gonna tell you, majority of them don't. They don't give a fuck about LGBTQI. Hell, they really don't. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be truthful, gotta be real. Own up to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Have a stance. You gotta be real. Can't keep deluding ourselves. Like, sometimes I get sick of, like, this illusion we put in our own community that everyone's our friends, everyone cares about us, everyone wants to help us. And I'm not saying that just because everyone doesn't want to help us and everyone's an ally, that suddenly everyone's trying to stab us, rape us, set us on fire. No. You know what I'm saying? Those are like the two extreme levels. It's like a weird middle ground, but I can tell you it's more towards the left, towards the side of killing and shaming, people like us. That's more the side. That's how I see it. The majority of the world is at. It's more on the other side. Not as extreme and as harsh as killing us, but it's still more towards keep it behind closed doors, let's shame people like you. It's still far, like, to the far right side, you know what I'm saying?